Hey, it's been a minute. 10 months ago, I did the last Vow and kind of disappeared because of probation. They took my sign, so I had to remake it really little. Another piece of wood I found. Just gonna recite Yourofsky to the public. Like I always say, every vegan's got to take at least 10 minutes out of the day. I completely understand. We're all work, no play. We're stretched thin, and I was working before the sun rose, and I just finished once the sun has set. I'm on a health kick, so all the pillars of good health, good sleep, good peace management, good nutrition and exercise and community. Mine is activists and dogs and whatnot. So I've been focusing on that stuff and some IRL activism I couldn't record, and all sorts of projects that are kind of behind the scenes. Also, I know my probation officer watches this stuff because I gotta stop talking about it, but it's so ridiculous. People come up and they try to fight me and stuff, and they rage bait me, and I'll try not to go for it. But I know the struggle, man. I was at the gym, and in the steam room, I slipped and I went down to the step below me, and then down off that step, slipped on the floor, and I got a gash on my knee, and my wrist hurts. And earlier today, some random dog ran up and bit my palm, so my palm was swollen and bit right there. And it's just bad. There's always something, but you just absolutely have to push through it. There's really no time like the present. So we're gonna see how it goes. I literally only have 10 or 20 minutes, so I'll kind of do the run version. And of course, if I catch someone, then I will commit to a conversation. I still need microphone, camera, laptop, all the stuff I already had that was stolen or broken by my lovely neighbors. Hey, viewer, how do you like this? Isn't that cool? Go vegan, yo. It's a Carpenetto wine cake. Oh, Jesus. I almost walked into a fucking post. I was just saying I've had a very problematic day, but I inspired myself. I watched an old video of mine. I was like, God damn it, I want to go and do that. And I'm like, wait a minute, I'm me. I can do that. Ooh, little Corvette. Oh my goodness. Who leaves a stump lying around, honestly? I always think these little things. Okay, so my biggest peeve is unflat, uneven surfaces. Can we all just agree we want a flat sidewalk? What is this? What is all this? Why do I have to dodge breaking ankles with every step all day? All right, enough complaining pants. I am stoked. I'm not in the headspace at all. I hope it just comes naturally. I'm just gonna dive in. We'll see how things go. And all I'm thinking is just don't get arrested. Just don't get arrested. Just don't take the bait. Oh wow, pretty things. Yes, things are pretty. That's something I really like about Canadians is the maple syrup. Very, very proud of that one. It's vegan as well. Throw it on some snow, fresh from a tree. It's amazing. Oh, good. Everyone showed up for Gary Yourofsky's The Best Speech You'll Ever Hear. 10-minute version. That is so lovely. How nice of everyone to just read my mind. Oh, and they're taking photos with this sign in the background. Huh. Oh, gears, tinkering things. Okay, well, anyways. Every animal is an individual. They all have a subjective experience, not just cats or dogs or humans and bunnies. Pigs, cows, fish, and chickens, all the same. Humans are herbivores. We are actually plant eaters. This may rock your world. We evolved from monkeys. The healthiest human being on the planet, Brian Johnson, is a vegan. He eats plants. He reduced his biological speed of aging to 0.48 biological years for every chronological year. So vegans can even age half the speed that non-vegans age. You look at Oxford Nun study, Harvard meat-eating vegan vegetarian study, Seventh-day Adventist study 1 and 2. Everything about our physiology, like this, we're the alamase in our saliva, all that stuff. Our brains run on sugar. All these properties we have with our bodies, long intestines, etc., are properties of herbivores. So if we're a bunch of herbivores, holocausting, enslaving, exploiting, and murdering the most innocent and vulnerable individuals on the planet, and yes, they are individuals. They all have a brain, a subjective experience. They all value and cherish the one life they have. They cannot consent to going to a slaughterhouse. Believe me, none of our victims go into a slaughterhouse willingly. I'm going to recite Gary Yourofsky's The Best Speech You'll Ever Hear. It's a 1-hour speech. I'll try to do it in like 10 minutes. I'm honestly not feeling it today. But definitely check it out. Yourofsky's Best Speech You'll Ever Hear. Very easy to remember. Hey, what did that guy say that'll wake me up out of the Matrix? The Matrix? Best speech you'll ever hear. Look it up. WatchDominion.com. Or maybe just ask yourself, how do you justify taking the life of another individual that doesn't want to die? If you'd say intelligence, I would say, okay, so we can take unintelligent human beings and grind them up into cheeseburgers. If you'd say species is the reason, then I'd say, okay, so if there were humans that were separated from our population long enough that they cannot interbreed and considered a different species, it would be okay to eat them. Really, this is the most urgent, important thing ever. And I know we don't nefariously eat animals. I've done it myself for 25 years. But the ignorance is bliss thing is the worst excuse to kill somebody. Anyways, good afternoon, everybody, with all due respect. My name is Matt. I'll be annoying you for a little while. Today we're going to talk about the world's forgotten victims, the non-human individuals, the animals. The world's oldest and strongest addiction, meat. I'm going to challenge your belief systems today, so certain parts of the protest will be intense. I'm not your enemy. I'm not trying to, talk down to you or own you or anything like that. No religion mandates meat eating. The golden rule states, do unto others as you would have done unto yourself. And other animals qualify as others. Thou shalt not kill. Those are the 4 most important and yet most ignored words in all religious teachings. Isn't that the golden rule? Treat others the way you would like to be treated. I mean, these individuals are so vulnerable and innocent. I can't imagine a reason to take their life. Now, I'm not a politician. I'm not a salesperson. I'm an activist. Root word is active. I've been banned from 5 countries so far, arrested 13 times on behalf of my animal brothers and sisters. If you'd like to read up about that, check out the website 88ptt.org, adapt.org. And I understand we're all on a journey in life. We all have different likes and dislikes, nationalities and religions too, but there's one thing we need to have in common with each other, and that is peace. Genuine peace and genuine compassion towards our planetary companions. Contrary to political and religious dogma, other individuals from species that are not human, they do not belong to us. Animals are not property, they're not commodities. That archaic way of thinking is outdated, quite frankly, insane. Right now, in this very moment, on our highways alone, in this country, there are no less than 5,000 concentration camp trucks. Inside these trucks we've constructed are living, terrified individuals, cows, pigs, chickens, turkeys, lambs. These trucks are being driven to concentration camp slaughterhouses we carefully constructed all across the country. Closest one to us is 8 minutes away down there. Follow this street until you get to a Commercial Drive. 10,000 individuals get their throats slit. It's a kill house. It's a slaughterhouse. It's a place of murder. Right over there. You can almost smell it sometimes at night. These victims, they get forced onto the trucks with electric prods. Then they're marched down the chutes to their own deaths. In other words, they go in alive against their will and come out chopped up into hundreds of pieces. You want to know what's more insane than a slaughterhouse? Meat eaters walking around like their lifestyle isn't causing any harm, like it's normal and natural to be consuming violence and death. How would you feel if the day that you were born, somebody else had already planned the day of your execution? That's what it's like to kill a pig, a chicken, or a turkey. What the highest populations of the most animals that we have on this planet go through. It's important to think about the victim's point of view, because when you examine any form of injustice, whether humans are the victims or non-humans are the victims, don't examine injustice entirely from your point of view. Oh, it's so tasty and convenient. I can't stop. I need my McDonald's. Whenever you examine injustice, always remember the victim's point of view. Because when you're not the victim, it's pretty easy to rationalize and excuse cruelty, inequality, injustice, slavery, and even murder. But when you're the victim, things look a hell of a lot different from that angle. Peace begins on our dinner table. I think there's one thing we can all agree on, is that hatred is learned. When children are force-fed the body parts, they're told, love the dog, love the cat, but forget about the chicken, forget about the turkey, kill the fish. That's hatred. That's speciesism. It's species with an ism attached to it. Might be a new word for you. Just like racism or sexism. Just discriminating against somebody because they were born with scales or fur, or horns, beaks or gills or horns. It's absolutely ridiculous, honestly. When we were little, man, when we were kids, when we were 4 or 5 years old playing on the playground, we could not care less about the color of our friend's skin or their religious background. And you look at all the adults all divided. It's because hatred is learned. Racism, sexism, heterosexism, anti-Semitism, misogyny. These are all learned behaviors. So speciesism is no different. You want to look at the maybe dairy industry? Literally stealing candy from a baby, except it's milk from their mother, which gets a bullet in the head for it. It's really hard for me to stay composed.
Sorry, can you go to the other side, please?
Why would I do that? Why would you deserve that respect when you don't even let other individuals be alive? I mean, in my humble opinion, a non-vegan has the ethics of a child molesting pedophile, taking advantage of the most vulnerable and innocent individuals on the planet. Do you guys even know what happens to your victims? You think pigs just grow on trees? In order for a pig to produce other pigs, they have to have sex. But they're not going to have sex, so they get raped. Just like cows, a big glove up to the shoulder, past the elbow, a huge glove goes on the arm of a farmer. That's inserted into the anus of the cow, lift up the cervix so they can insert a pipette full of bull sperm into the vagina to impregnate them. It's literally rape. The industry calls this a rape rack, and they're held down in this, and they're fucking raped. And if I were to do that to a dog, take some peanut butter, get them to suck my dick, I'd be in jail for years. But we're raping cows for burgers? It's literally insane. Sorry, I digress. That was my own little rant. You know, when we're kids, man, we understand right from wrong until somebody teaches us differently. Who taught us to be so mean, nasty, vicious, and hateful or indifferent towards animals when they used to be our friends? They have done nothing wrong to us to deserve the wrath and the cruelty that we hurl onto them. I don't mean to dog you out, talk down to you like this. I'm just not a politician. I hope you appreciate my honesty and my genuineness today. I'm here to talk about the worst form of injustice on the planet. That's animal agriculture. Honestly, it really boils my blood, and it takes way too much for me to stay composed, to speak without yelling. So I'm going to try this again tomorrow. I can't even find the words. It's the most disgusting thing I could think of, to not be vegan. The worst screams I've ever heard, and I've heard them all. When I first heard about this stuff, I thought, it wasn't that bad. They're exaggerating. Vegans are just dramatic. I spent 4 years at a pig slaughterhouse, watching them go in day after day after day. If you were to do what you do to pigs with a human, it would be a holocaust. They are slaves. What are they, free? No, they're not free. The worst screams I've ever heard, mink farms, everything, laboratories, by far, is a mother cow as she cries and bellows and pines for her baby to be given back to her. Why do cows produce milk? Well, it's because they're inseminated. It's because they're mothers, not because they are cows. And if their baby is born a male, in Canada, the humane disposal of a male cow is a sledgehammer to their face. So the first day of life, when they're just learning to walk, they're already fighting for their life because we all wanted to have a cheeseburger. Imagine if somebody held you down after you gave birth to your baby, stole your newborn baby from you. Imagine it's the same scream that all these cows make. You can hear them at Richmond Farms. It's about a 10-minute drive. Anyways, if anyone has any genuine questions about animal liberation, I'm very cordial, I'm very professional, a very civilized human being.
I have a question.
Yeah.
I support your stuff, but
Sure.
you please go on the
Yeah, you don't even deserve to be alive. I mean, if we all believe that we deserve to be treated the way we treat others, how do any non-vegans even deserve to be alive? I mean, seriously, you take away the privacy of individuals, you take away all their decency, respect, rights, dignity. Yeah, shake your head. Shake your head. It's so cringy and awkward. It's so weird. So weird that I'm not paying someone who's a literal pig fucker, who's literally jacking off male pigs to get their semen and then eating their dead bodies. Yeah, I'm a fucking weirdo.
No, it's okay.
No, if you could rationalize, articulate how a murderer does not deserve to get murdered, I would love to hear that argument. Because as far as I'm concerned, respect goes both ways. And the way you treat these animals is the way you deserve to be treated. Disgusting. Yeah, it's unbelievably, ridiculously, absurdly difficult to see these little pieces of shit fucking grinning and smiling and making jokes. I'm already fucking burned out, done. Feel like fucking throwing them off a fucking bridge. But hey, that is life. I said I'd do it for 10 minutes, and I did. So, congratulations me. Pat on the back. Really should not be down to a small handful of vegans. I already know they call the cops, by the way. They are such just pathetic, cowardly monsters. Unthinking, unfeeling, just an it following an algorithm. Complete waste of space. But you got to play ball. You know, these are the hands we're dealt, and this is the game we play. So you do what you can. I am not surprised that, let's say, Yourofsky has a fuse as short as he does. Like you saw it just now. I start to go on a tangent and get really detailed and express all the nuances, and it's pure evil. It's something that makes you wish you never, like, I heard about people with dementia, they don't like remember anybody or anything. Man, I envy that. Yeah, that'd be nice to just not know, to just be oblivious, just a smiling, drooling idiot going through life thinking that other people think like you, that respect should be reciprocated. It should go both ways. And of course, I'm in public and, oh, somebody wants to take a photo, so I can't be there. I can't be there because somebody wants to take a picture. Oh no, the human doesn't get a photo. Such an injustice. So I've developed this technique called I Do Not Care. It's in regards to all injustice, all disrespect. Hey, you guys want to see Vancouver? Here's Vancouver. Here. People running, fucking red lights. Fucking guy sticking out his anus. Right there for you. This is Vancouver. Shit everywhere. Smells like garbage. You should check out the website smellvancouver.com. This is humanity at its finest. There's been a smell in this area on that website for the last few days that they cannot identify. And I think I just figured out what it is. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna go jump on the train tracks. Have a good day. Kidding. Yeah, I'm actually seriously gonna try the whole Brian Johnson blueprint thing and like live forever. And compartmentalize. Like he sort of gives himself characters. Like he calls him Evening Brian, and that's the persona he has after 6 p.m. He says Evening Brian cannot make any decisions. He has to go to bed on time. He can't snack. You know, all these things are out of the question. No screen time. Undebatable. Not even one little crumb. And I'm kind of like that with veganism now. This is the first day I'm really trying a new technique. I don't care. You can fucking literally slit the throat of a cow right in front of me. I'm not even going to raise an eyebrow. I do not care. Go ahead. Be idiots. Kill all the species. All crime is legal as long as you're not human. However, I will be active every single day. And it's at least doing the full vow of loudness, which, unlike a vow of silence, you're speaking up. You're, reciting the Yourofsky speech and getting involved. If people come to talk to you, you can just keep going through the performance, or you can do outreach activism. But yeah, that's what's up. Then I don't have to think about it. I'm like, hey man, I did my part. Okay, like an hour a day isn't that much. I would like to go just like 24 hours straight, of course. But like everyone else, I'm in survival mode, right? I'm getting through things. So that's my technique. And now when I walk around, I just pretend everyone's vegan. I think it's gotten that bad with my psychology that I just have to ignore all injustice, ignore all disrespect, and pretend everybody is vegan just to stay in this numbed state, like as if I don't know anything. Because I used to think, like my family was cruel, like my employer was really unfair, and my roommates were disgusting and filthy, and I just thought all these people around me were just irresponsible because maybe I was poor, maybe I was part of like a certain community that attracts that. So I bounced around. I had 200 jobs. I had 100 homes. It's because I don't tolerate bullshit. And I realized it wasn't those people. That's just what people are. Your family isn't. This is so funny. Your family isn't retarded, violent monkeys, for lack of a better word. That's just what people are. And your family are the people who you know best. So you've just seen how they deal with problems and situations, and everyone just ignores them, right? You know this. They're polite. They speak like a politician, say what they need to say, and then they never talk about it again, like as if it never happened. So I'm doing that with animal liberation. I do my part every fucking day, and outside of that, just to like be adjusted to society. I need to just ignore it, pretend everybody's vegan, ignore disrespect, ignore injustice. And that's why even with my words, I said, I want really good sleep, good exercise, good nutrition, good peace management, and a good community. And that's all I'm really focusing on. Ain't got time for drama. And I don't call it stress management. I call it peace management, because like if you're trying to stop a war, like it's a lot better to send the message of like pro peace. So subconsciously the word, all the weight of the word of peace is being felt by the person who, let's say, sees the pacifist ad or whatever. But if you're trying to stop a war and you say like no more bombs, and you have like a bomb with a circle and a line through it, then you're still kind of promoting bombs, like negativity. The message is sort of there. So I'm really trying to just stay positive, get her done, live life, be the best hairless ape I can be. And yeah, thanks for popping in. I know a couple of you did for a minute, and sometimes I can clip this stuff. I feel like I need to just go easy on myself, but I can't sit still. It gives me all sorts of anxieties. So I felt some trepidation, like something was gonna go sideways. But I think I was just brutally honest, and like I didn't break any laws, because non-vegans are not a protected class. Like if you were to say something like eat Muslims, right? Like that would be like a form of discrimination, right? But if you say like eat non-vegans, non-vegans are not like a protected class, they're not a minority. So I actually want a tattoo on my throat that says eat non-vegans. I just thought of that right now. That would be sick. Anyways, take care, guys. Hope you have life and bunnies and things.